Hi everyone, welcome back to another session of this. Last session was great, the furnace went well. Got a ton of resources now, including lots to do right now. I want to check everything. A bit concerned about X. Oh no, 11 megapascals is fine. H2, 32 megapascals. Temperature 35.2. What I really want to do is mix it with what's in this pipe. So at the moment I've got this thing running. I'm going to stop this. Temperature in there is negative 22.9. That's great. I'm going to open this valve, which will mix this with that. So we'll just do this for now. The temperature in there is negative 10. That's great. So that's increasing the temperature in my pipes quite a lot, and it's decreasing the temperature in my main tank. So it's actually below 30 degrees now, which means my main tank temperature will is doing quite well. So I've managed to get it's averaged out the pressures, 26.4 degrees in here, and that's just going to go down and down and down. And I'm going to close this valve. I mean, it's very slowly cooling from this one radiator, but this will cool rapidly. I don't feel comfortable with 24.6. It's too close to 30. What are my carbon dioxide levels? Oh, ton. Yeah, not a problem at all. I want a lot more. Oxygen it looks like a problem. 400 moles in there, another 100 moles in there. There's 500 moles there and there. But I've also got another 430 moles ready to be put in my oxygen tank when I need it. Speaking of which, I should close this down. So there's like 900 moles between those two, but I also have another 500 moles right here. So I've actually got 1400 moles of oxygen sitting around, and this greenhouse must be chock-a-block full of oxygen by now. Water temperature, okay, I can take these radiators off. This water is cold enough. It's not actually a thing, really. I'm not putting any more water in my greenhouse because I haven't needed to. I thought I'd need to. I was sure that the plants would be drinking up water, but it's not. It's stuck at a stable 291. And temperature 29.3, actually, that's fantastic. The temperature of the water I put in there is great. I don't want to put more water in now, obviously. I'll make it super cool water, which will not necessarily be that bad. It'll act as a natural coolant. What's my temperature at? 22 degrees. Oh, that's because it's been daytime. It's slowly been going up. So we kind of figured out what was going on with this greenhouse. It raises in temperature during the day and goes down in temperature during the night. And I'm wondering, maybe it's just the windows that do it? I don't know. Okay, what am I doing? Let's get my thoughts together. I don't need my tool belt out. I've checked my temperature and pressure and stuff. This is not ideal. I want this to be negative 100, not negative 44. The temperature I'm hoping is going down. I wasn't watching just then. Did the pressure just go down? If the pressure's going down, that means the temperature's going down. So if that goes to 20.29, I know the temperature's going down. If it's going down, I assume it's going down just at an incredibly slow rate. It's just a painfully slow rate. Yeah, and that's because I've got so much of it. I mean, look, I've got 26, almost 27,000 moles in there. It's a lot of X I've got in this pipe system right here. And I'm trying to cool down a lot of gas. Okay, I am kind of wasting time. I wanted to get my tool printer mod. I'm going to put that on hold for now. I want to deal with my greenhouse. In particular, let's get these hydroponic trays in place. I don't need to bring any plants with me. I'll just harvest some of the plants inside and stick them in the trays. This is all good. Cycle to interior. So another thing I'd like to do is put one of these automatic airlocks on the front of my base. I don't need to have that manual setup anymore. So let's see if we can work out. Yeah, the oxygen. Wow, oxygen is 25% of the atmosphere in here. That's a lot of oxygen. That's actually going to equate to quite a lot. How much? I don't know. It could be like 90 moles per square or something like that. We'll find out in just a few moments when this airlock fills up. I know it's not going to be 90. It's going to be 80, 82. 82 moles of oxygen. Oh, it's dropping. 67. Oh, it dropped a lot. 70. What's going on here? I'll get into this corner. This will give me more realistic. 71 moles per square. So 10 squares is 710. 30 squares is like, it's just over 2,000 moles of oxygen in this room right now. I'm about to put a bunch of things down and harvest and fill them up. So while I'm doing that, I can do this gas swap thing. So first I'm just going to suck out stuff. So yeah, get out of here. It takes a long time to evacuate this thing, so I don't think there's any danger of me destroying my plants because I've evacuated it. Not that destroying plants is even a problem. I basically have infinite plants. So I'm wondering if lowering the pressure of the water is going to have some effect. So I'm sharing out 291 moles to all my plants. And as I extend these hydroponics, the pressure in the pipes is decreasing. So, I have a concern that the plants might complain about a lack of water. Maybe they just need any amount of water. I don't really know the system, how it works. Okay, so this should be the last of the hydroponic trays. I don't think I'll be putting any more down unless I go for another big greenhouse expansion, but I don't think I'll be doing that, not anytime soon. What's the pressure over here? It's 27. I might turn this off and just let the pressure equalize around the whole base. So I'm going to rip up the tomatoes that are in the middle of the room. By rip up, I mean harvest. 2, 3. So let's just get these tomatoes out of the room. I might replace these with soybeans. Basically, I'm going to plant these on the edges. So many tomatoes, it's crazy. So soybeans are actually better. Oops. Because they stack in hundreds rather than stacking in 20s. It means that if I need to clear my whole greenhouse for whatever reason, I can. It's more space friendly, basically. 2. I want to also do those. I'll grab this one here and go. So my plants haven't complained yet. Now I ripped out stuff from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I just whoa, did you see that? One of these soybeans is unhealthy. This one. So I just have to pick up 6 of these plants. There's 3 of them. 4 of them. Did you see that? This got damaged as I was planting it. So yeah, it's an update bug. That's really what it is. And now I've got 6 left exactly. I can throw these here. One of these potato plants is damaged as well. The damage is happening as I plant it. I'm pretty sure I figured that out. That's it. The whole greenhouse should be now planted. And that's going to produce a ton of oxygen, I hope. I'm just going to drop the pressure a little bit again. So there's no gaps or anything. So I'm just trying to suck out as much oxygen as I can.
Hydration critical.
Yeah. Hydration critical. Okay, the pressure's right down. Now let's just fill the base with carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is fairly warm. Well, comparatively warm. I think it's like 27 degrees. So this is my way of like warming up the greenhouse. So I've just put pretty cool gases into my carbon dioxide and my oxygen. And I'm putting out a bit warmer carbon dioxide in its place. So the amount of oxygen per square, if I get right in the very corner, is now 34 moles per square. I really want to suck out more, to be honest. I'm going to run both pumps at the same time. So this one's pulling stuff out, that one's putting stuff in. And very slowly we should see the CO2 percentage go up and the oxygen percentage go down. Really, I want to keep doing this until the oxygen percentage is 5% or something. But yeah, I'm basically in the process of sticking a very large amount of oxygen into my oxygen tank, which is what I really wanted and needed. Now I've got a lot of fuel mix left over, and what I was talking about before was just turning my pressure regulator around to get all that extra fuel back where it was, and then I can run it through the H2 combustor and produce a ton of water. And that's I think that's really what I want to do right now. I want to produce water, a ton of water. Let's just check the pressure here. It's staying at 65. So this is pumping it out at 101, and this is sucking it in, and it's just kind of equalized at 65. The temperature though is 32, so that makes me believe the carbon dioxide I'm pushing in is actually quite warm, a lot warmer than I thought. I thought it was only like 27 degrees. It must be like 33 degrees or something if this is what's happening. Now, as this process is going on, you can see the O2 percentage is decreasing. It's at 9% right now. I want to keep doing this until I'm at 5%. Actually, if I just fill the rest of the room with carbon dioxide, it probably will be close to 5%. Just love sucking out all this oxygen. That's my lifeline, the oxygen, and not for breathing, but for turning it into water. So the next thing I'm going to do is probably reverse that thing. I might start the tool printer mod, and while that's happening, I'll just drill off that pressure regulator down to 7% O2. Honestly, that's going to be enough. Let's stop this process and let's get the carbon dioxide process. I'm going to leave the wall cooler on. The temperature's only just slowly dripping down during the night with the wall cooler on. So yeah, it's hopefully going to balance out at 5% or less than 5% oxygen. It's too much of a waste of time to try and get the O2 levels down more. I mean, the alternative is rip up all the plants, evacuate the room completely, and then put all the carbon dioxide in. This is fine. Plants are going to be quite happy with this current setup. Yeah, it's already O2 5%, and I still have another 20 kilopascals of pressure to fill in. Well, not 20, but 15 kilopascals of pressure to put back in here. So I think that was good. 60 moles. I think I pulled out more than 60 moles per square. And 60 times 30, that's 1800 moles of oxygen. My tank said what, 300 or 400? 400, I think it was. So hopefully when I go back there, it'll say like 2200, 2.2k. I'm just going to let this run. There's no harm. I'm not going to burst my room or anything. Like I said, it only pushes it to a maximum of 101, and that's all my active vent's going to do. Okay, so this is good. All my hydroponic trays are in place right now. The plants are producing oxygen at a fantastic rate. I am once again completely out of water. I mean, my character is out of water. I've got plenty of water. I'm about to make a ton more. So I'm just going to drink, and I'll check the contents of my water tank, then I'll check the contents of my oxygen tank. That's the one thing about this game. You have to keep constantly looking at stuff. So that water is filled up, and yeah, we got 300 moles there and 20 moles there. That's good. That's good. Oxygen. Oh, 1.8k. Oh, but a bunch would have been stored in this pipe. So 1.8 plus 450, that's 2.25. I didn't get as much oxygen as I expected. Honestly, if I added the 100 that was already in this pipe, I would have expected 2.3, 2.25. It's close. It's close. And the temperature of the oxygen is actually fantastic. It's actually a really nice temperature. The temperature of this is a problem. 5.4 degrees. This exposed pipe, I might actually change that to an insulated pipe, which is going to be hard to do because I got to suck all the air out of here. What I might do right now is oh gosh, I've got so much in the way. I might do some, good old-fashioned siphon a bit out, put it through the system, siphon a bit more out, put it in the system. There you go. Oh god, yes, I have to do something about all these pipes. Let's just siphon some of this stuff out, and then the new stuff that I get will be much warmer. Okay, so a lot of that oxygen is gone from there now. And that pipe's going to fill up with the warmer oxygen. And 7.5 degrees, it's still way too cold. Putting cold oxygen in there has actually brought the temperature almost down to 20%. But it's still a lot colder than I want it to be. It'll slowly rise because I'm mixing warm oxygen with cold oxygen, but I'm still not comfortable with it. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to really try and rip out as much of it as I can. Here we go. And chuck it in the system. Let's just grab a little bit more. This is like a really janky way to do it. It's pretty terrible that I'm doing it this way, but it's at the moment the fastest. Okay, that'll do. Now I get to see the temperature of the oxygen that's filling this pipe. Now the pressure in the pipe is really low. It'll take a while for this to creep up. So it's 14 degrees, but this tank is 21.6 degrees, so it should be close to 20 degrees by the time the pressure gets all the way up to whatever I've got this thing set to. 10,000, yeah. So when this gets to 10,000, it should be close to 20 degrees. It should be great. New day has started. My solar panels are pointing at the black hole. I did leave that carbon dioxide on. It's not a big problem. Temperature in the greenhouse is 33.5, and that should slowly creep up during the day. Now, let's see if we can work out why carbon dioxide was... Yeah, okay, the temperature of my carbon dioxide tank is 35.5. That's why the room was heating up so much when I was putting carbon dioxide in. I thought it was like 27, it's actually 35. When I evacuate that furnace, a lot of very hot carbon dioxide is going to go in there. These 4 radiators are not doing a good enough job of cooling it down. Which is ironic, really, because earlier on I was complaining that it was doing too good a job of cooling it down. Okay. Yeah, so the things I just want to quickly do right now is I shouldn't get rid of this, is I want to get this this fuel mix back into this pipe here. So this pipe here has got a ton of stuff in it. If I pull this off here, I should just have a pipe segment with this in it and a pipe segment with that in it. It shouldn't destroy any gas. So I've got 139 moles of oxygen in there and 224, 139 and 224. So let's see what happens. 139, 224. So we'll rip this up and then we'll check the pressure. 139, 224. Well, not the pressure, but the number of moles. Now I'm going to put this not pointing up, but pointing down. Oh, this cable is making it hard for me to orient it the way I want to orient it. What? Oh God, get this out of my way. What I might do is actually put the cable in place first. I actually want the cable pointing up like this, and then pointing across like that. And this might make it easier for me to just get this orientation right the first time. There we go, exactly how I wanted it. Pressing C just moved it, swiveled it around the way I wanted. Now, I can't actually push any pressure into this pipe just yet, because this pipe is, I can push a little bit of pressure in, but I can't fill it up. Let's get my labeler so I can avoid destroying my mouse with psychotic clicking. Let's just set this to 22,000, confirm, and I'll do the extra 265 manually. Oh no, yeah. Okay, no, it's 20,265. So by setting it more than that, it just defaults it at the highest it can go, which is that. So I'm going to turn this on, and that'll start stuffing stuff in here until the pressure in this pipe is 22,265. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to combust it all. I'm just going to turn it into water. So, hello water, you're about to be greatly increased. So we hit the H2 combustor. I'm not going to start the mix or anything. What is the temperature? That's the thing. Let's make sure it's really cold. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start the H2 combustor. That'll start creating H2. It'll start turning all this stuff in here into H2O, and that'll create some space in the pipe, so this thing can push all this pipe down into this pipe, and that'll just empty both of them. Then I might dig these up and re-put them back into water position, because I'm not going to want fuel mix for a while. Yeah, there's still so much in here. I'm pretty much going to end up with a lot of water after all this. I'm not going to, yeah, let's just suck it out. I've got power to spare, it's not a problem. It's going to just start filling this tank up. The temperature is going to get really high. When you use the H2 combustor, it creates super high temperature water. Easy fix. Let's just put these radiators on now. Fantastic. Oh, I did say I was going to do my tool printer, my tool mod while I was doing this. I guess I'm not. I guess I'll just do it now. So let's go mod, tool printer mod. That's what I want. And let's just start this thing going. Let's not interrupt it this time. While that's printing away, let's just do some battery swapping very quickly. Do I need to do my drill? Yeah, well, it'll take a split second, so why not? The drill I've used, but it didn't use any power. The welder uses power, a lot of power. There we go. And that mod should be still nowhere near being printed. So I've got time. Unless it's different to the others and it prints fast. I really should have checked on that, shouldn't I? And this needs replacing. Okay, so there's nothing in there. This thing's at 63%. Where's all my iron? Do I have iron floating around somewhere? Yeah, in here already. So I can just get the carbon dioxide filter. I actually want to explore the higher filters. So we're going to go filter, like medium filter, and so what about a heavy filter? What does that cost? Invar stellite. Okay, I need to create stellite. That's not happening anytime soon. Oops, I just saw something happen. This came out. Stop printing. You've done your job. I can upgrade this thing here. And there we go. We have upgraded all our machines. Oh, that didn't use any power. I just assumed doing that would use up power. Let's just get a filter. So that's the heavy filter. Stellite. I can't do stellite. That's crazy. I'd need an advanced furnace for that. And that's a long way off. Okay, so let's look at the medium filters. Filter. What do medium filters require? So medium filter requires iron, silver, constantan. Well, I've got more than enough constantan to spare. And now I finally have a use for silver. I might do this. I might just use medium filters from now on. I mean, I'm not going to replace all my existing filters. It's just as filters run out, I'm going to do Medium filters. Okay, so that's good. I just need to make some silver. Okay, silver has a use. It's not just electrum. Let's add to my list. I should be thinking also about a recycler and a centrifuge, so I can recycle stuff. I want silver. Nighttime just arrived. I'm just gonna quickly Alt-tab out, look at my furnace, the furnace wiki, and just see what the melting point of silver is. Yeah, as I thought, 327. Of course, I have to look that up because I've never actually used silver before. I don't. I usually only just make electrum in it. Okay, did I leave anything running? Yeah, I left all of this stuff running. This should be empty by now. It is. I can turn this off. This hopefully is close to empty. It is. And this has water in it, but minuscule amount of water. I've got 52 extra moles. I got to make sure next time I do a combust, I have extra oxygen. There goes all the water. I can now turn this off. This should be completely empty. I can turn this off. And this water tank now has 639 moles in it. Isn't that great? Doesn't that look spectacular? I actually thought I was going to get a bit more than that. I'm tempted just to do a gigantic, massive batch of water and just like load this with 2,000 moles, just so I don't have to worry about water for a long time. Okay, silver. I'm going to smelt silver. I wonder what my furnace currently is. I left carbon dioxide in there on. It's not a problem. The temperature in there is 34.8, which is fine. I didn't leave anything else on that can stay on. So I'm terrified of my base blowing up. This is working as, yeah, okay, it's already below 20 degrees, so my oxygen refilling is, yeah, okay, it's doing okay. The other big thing I want to do is check, well, I need to check this. This is still, I can smelt silver right now. I've got 24 of it. Since I'm going to be making nothing but medium filters from now on, until, one day in the future when, yeah, apes rule the earth and I can actually afford heavy filters, I'm actually going to go dig up a bunch of silver. Now, was there silver behind my base? I thought there was, yeah. Let's get some medium filters. They'll last a heck of a lot longer. I don't have to worry about my filters for a while. As these little ones, so what I'll do is I'll move all the little ones to the front. They use up left to right, and I'll just start putting medium ones at the back. And if any of the filters in my atmospheric system, well, really, there was only one little bit of silver. As I was saying, any of the filters in my atmospheric system run out, I'll replace it with medium. And yeah, fantastic. There's that bit of gold. I'm leaving that there on purpose. I've seen it there many times. Silver. There was a ton of silver over here intermingled with coal, if I can remember correctly. Whoa. I didn't turn my beacon on. You know what? It hasn't been a storm in a long time. I'm going to turn my beacon on. I'm just a bit worried. Storm will hit, and I'll be unable to find my way home. There's a ton of iron. I would like some more iron. There we go. Silver intermingled with coal, amongst other resources. So we'll get this silver first. And okay, digging up silver actually gives you a lot of silver, like 6 or 7 each time. There's gold here as well. I want that. I want it. Thing is, am I going to worry about electrum? Okay, I'll just make all that silver. Having a stack of silver is good. I just wish this was updating. I'm going to get rid of this big chunk here as well. Maybe I'll plug 100 silver in there and then just leave it there. I've already done these. This one. Oh. Gold. Okay, so there's more silver, but this is what I really want, gold. Fantastic. Okay, what's happening? I can see a window. That usually means part of it is being eaten away and part of it isn't. So some of it's loading, some of it's not loading. Look at all that gold down there. Okay, I want that gold. Okay, I got exactly 100 silver. I don't want to eat away any more silver, but I do want to get to that gold. So how do I get to the gold without eating silver? Hey, the terrain's updating. That's how I do it. Fantastic. So I'm going to use that bug to my advantage. Most of the time that bug is a giant liability. This is one of the instances where the bug wasn't a liability. Though the terrain has stopped updating once again. It decided, yeah, we'll load a little bit and then we'll stop. Whoa, I don't want that silver. I want more gold. There we go. Gold, gold. So I'm going to run 100 silver through the furnace and as much gold as I can. It'll probably cool down before I get very far. I might only get one stack through and then it'll cool too much. I have also I'm wondering what gas silver produces. I know gold produces oxygen. I can't remember, when I did the Electrum, was I paying attention? I probably noticed then, but I've forgotten. It might be nitrous, or for all I know. It might be nitrous oxide. The only use I can think of nitrous oxide is the alien, like the alien mushroom, whatever it's called, and that lives off nitrous oxide and produces oxygen. So you can convert your nitrous oxide into oxygen, but not enough stuff produces nitrous oxide. So it's like, it's not really feasible to make an alien mushroom room. I mean, the point is you might grow a few of them and then run out of nitrous, and that's it. You can't grow anymore. Gosh, look at this. That's more gold though. I'm right next to the magma. If I ran out of jetpack fuel, I'm keeping my fuel as high up as I possibly can. So we're just gonna, so I've got over 7,000 kilopascals. Much better than those days when, I was dropping below 600 kilopascals and I was like conserving my jetpack. Now it's just use it anytime it's convenient, or anytime you want to avoid some glitch happening that kills you because of the terrain not updating. Like right now. Okay, so I'm looking for more gold. I'm thinking there might be a piece or two hidden underneath all this. I don't particularly want to be exposing more lava, more ways I can die, but I like gold. Well, I'm short on gold. It's the resource I'm most short on. This is pretty good. There's a bit of gold here as well. I just want to dig in here. Yeah, there's a bit more gold. Oh, I picked up some iron by accident. Well, when you pick up iron by accident, then you have to pick up a whole stack of it. That's my rule. Because I don't want to go back with like 6 iron on me. So there's a bit more gold. 49 iron now. Is there any more here? Look at that copper. It's now floating. That's driving me crazy. I accidentally picked up more iron. And I accidentally mined that coal. Okay, let's just get all this stuff here, here, and here, and here. Let's get back to base before daytime. I'm just wondering if there's any more gold like straight down here. And since I've only got a little bit of coal and iron on me, I'm happy to dig through a bit of this stuff. This is ridiculous. Okay, now it updates. Okay, there might be a tiny bit of gold somewhere. But the sun, well, the black hole is rising. There's my base. I actually have done a pretty good job of eating away this hill. I know it's not updating, but I'm just gonna run over this a little bit and just wipe a little bit off the top again. So when the terrain updates, that'll all disappear. Just trying to make those flat panels a little bit more efficient. Or not a little more efficient, but just give them a little bit more sun. Oh, there's gold down there. I want that gold. Yeah. I exposed that on purpose, I remember now. That's for another time when it's not, like, getting hot. Turn this off. Oh, it's easier if I do it with my mouse like this. Okay, so what's the temperature in here now? I have free stuff available. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and just get the free silver. And then see if I can get some extra free silver. There we go. Let's go again. Thank you for the silver bar. Yep, I'm still getting free stuff. Let's quickly grab 19 free gold. It's still working. Thank you. Let's chuck in this gold. This furnace will be cooling like crazy. Every time I chuck something new in, it cools down. So it wouldn't surprise me if this gold comes out as ore. No. Wow. 340. Okay, I actually can chuck this copper in as well. 270 degrees out here now. Okay, that's good. Coal. You can join that coal there. I'm just going to process this iron, actually. Let's just process it. Get it processed. I actually want to cool down this furnace so I can evacuate it. So I still get free stuff here. See that 1.77k moles of CO2, I want that. There's 100 moles of N2O, that's all from my silver. So it looks like it's 1-to-1 ratio. Every silver gives me a mole of N2O. So if you want to make an alien mushroom farm, process silver. You don't have to even smelt the silver, just process it. Okay, let's process this iron. So I should get 2 balls of iron. Yep, and I can run them through my arc furnace without the worry of it releasing any gas. Oh, there's a little bit more silver here. I forgot about that. Is this going to be free? Just. Yep. Okay, tons of silver, tons of medium filters that I can make. This whole expedition was all about getting a tiny bit of silver. It turned into a big mining fest. I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, so all is good. I got coming back with a lot of resources. You don't need to be on. Let's stick the silver in here. 124 silver. There's medium filters for days. Let's just quickly arc furnace this. Check. Please don't release any gases. Thank you. So what did I need again? I also need to put constantan. Iron, silver, constantan. I'm coming back to this because I only put a little bit in, and I know that it'll arc furnace really quickly. No gases. Good. Most of my iron's in here anyway. Constantan, which is all in this machine here. Gosh, so much in that machine.
Caution.
That's solder. No, I was wrong. You can have stacks of 200. I was counting the solder as constantan. It was silly. 3 grams, chuck it in there. Big stack of stuff there. Okay, so yeah, I can make medium filters. I'm going to make one of them. What was that warning? Hunger. Okay, and yeah, once I finally have medium filters everywhere, I won't have to worry about replacing filters for a while. Medium filters last a lot longer. There's a medium filter. I'm going to put that at the back, so these normal filters will disappear first, and I'll just slowly replace them with medium filters. Okay, let's get my constant tan back again. So, what do I do now? Okay, greenhouse is actually doing fantastic. I don't need to touch that. But I did leave that switch on, which I didn't really want to do. I got my gold levels up now, I think. Yeah, gold is looking a lot happier. I think the next thing would be steel. Would be to just make a ton of steel walls and glass and plastic, and work on that vacuum room at the back. Oh, the other thing I want to do is create a wall, but I don't want to rip up all this stuff, because to make my little mixer wall, I really want this to be out of the way. I want to be gone. So in order to do the order I need to do things in is I need to create the vacuum room first. I know this room is a vacuum room, but I have hopes that one day I can turn it into breathable atmosphere. So this thing is done. The other thing I'd like to do is spend a bit of time exploring what I can actually build. I got steel and silicon in there. I can just start churning out the walls, and I want to look at tools. I want to look at canisters. That's it. Can I make smart canisters? So let's go canister. So canister smart. These things are great. The question is, what do they cost? Copper, steel, silicon. There's 15 steel each, but as you can see, I got tons of steel. I should make these right now. One for my oxygen, one, there's no point doing it for your waste tank. Your waste tank can, no matter what canister you put there, it can only do a maximum of 4,000 kilopascals. But one for my propellant. So it'll be a smart canister propellant and a smart canister oxygen tank. And I'll create a third smart canister tank for fuel. So next time I do furnacing, I can fit it all in the one canister rather than having multiple canisters. So yeah, I want those. Definitely. I'm just going to go and turn off everything that's not being needed. But once I got smart canisters, I can up the pressure of this. Instead of being 10 megapascals, it can be 20 megapascals. And honestly, I got so much O2 now that it wouldn't really be that bad to do. Yeah, okay, what were the resources again? Copper, steel, silicon. Okay, well, all my steel and silicon, well, not all my steel, but some of my steel and all my silicon are in here. The big problem is copper. So I want 3 smart canisters. I mean, honestly, I can hold off on the third. I only really need 2 smart canisters. Let's get this stuff out of here. I do want to look at cells. The nuclear cell requires steel, inconel, and astroloy. Now, these are things that are easy to trade for, but they're not things I can buy. But now that I've got a pretty rich with resources, I want to kind of replace all my small batteries with large batteries. It's going to eat a lot of copper and quite a significant amount of gold to do that, though, which I'm kind of loath to do at this stage. So anyway, for this smart canister, let's get to it. Copper is the one thing I'm missing. Copper, there we go. And yeah, let's make a few of these. And they don't take long either. Okay, so this first one will be for my oxygen. I know I need to drink. I'm still using my life as a resource, even now when I'm pretty rich. One for my oxygen and one for my propellant. Fantastic. Yeah, and honestly, I'll make the fuel canister another time. Yeah, giant mess here. I don't like leaving a giant mess here. I just want to put it all in the one spot. Yeah, I'm kind of starved for choices at the moment. There's so many things I could do. I could be working on. I always have this urge to upgrade my power array, but I don't actually need to. I've got full batteries everywhere. Full. Not quite full. I need to work on the basic infrastructure. That's definitely what I need to do. Let's just chuck the silver in there. 500 grams of steel can go in there. Wait, did I put the silicon in already? This is silly of me. It's just. Oh wait, I can stop. I just needed the silicon. I didn't need to take out everything. Silly boy. Let's put it all back in again. I mean, if I had a lot more space, honestly, I could create like a chute system where I pull a lever and it. I was just wondering. I was thinking of a chute system where I pull a lever and I pull the levers up and the resources go to the one that doesn't have the lever up. Something like that. I have to think about that more, but I know that you can do it. You can connect everything via chutes, and that might not work either. I don't know. I have to think about that more. It's not something I should be mentioning right now. Okay, so I want to get these to 20,000 megapascals. I'm not going to be, so 20, I'm going to be using, smart canisters from now on. So 20,000, and my oxygen tank's also going to be 20,000. So we're going to set this, we're just going to change the first number to a 2, and that's going to spin around 20,000. And now I can fill tanks up to 20,000. Before I do any of that, I should spray paint my tanks. So one is going to be propellant, that can be pink. The other one's going to be oxygen, that can be white. Now I'm not going to spray paint them indoors where I will create gases. Oh, water. While I'm talking, I'll just drink some water. I'm going to spray paint them in the actual airlock. That way I can just suck the gases out straight away and get them out of there. This thing, I just noticed. I'll just stick it in there. Look at those lovely resources. Fantastic. And I've got even more steel and silicon in there. So it's quite fantastic what I've got here. So let's just make my quality of life a bit better. But I could do this outside if I want to, but I like to capture this stuff. So one of these smart canisters is going to be my propellant. That's this one here. And that'll become my new propellant very soon. The other smart canister is going to be my oxygen. Spray that white. Here we go. And I'll be using that very soon. Except it's got that bug where I pick it up and I drag it. See, it says it's yellow, and then I drop it, and it's now white. It's the same thing with these propellants. So if I'm dragging this propellant around, it's green, but as soon as I drop it down, it's pink. Oh, yeah. So I just did two paints, and look, 0.02 of a mole of X. So every time you paint something, you release X. It's very important to know. Like, you don't want to paint anything in your greenhouse or in a vacuum room, because you're just introducing X into the room. Okay, so I have increased the pressure. It's going to take a while for this pressure to get up there, and it's going to take a while for this pressure to get up to 20,000. So I'm just going to hold on to these canisters for now and just go back there a bit later on when the pressure is much higher. I don't want to just stick the canisters in and then just leave them there to fill up, because if they hit 20,000 and then like heat up for whatever reason, boom. And that would not be good. So I'm just going to leave these here and here, and eventually that's going to be my new improved propellant with a capacity of 20,000, and my new and improved oxygen with a capacity of 20,000. And waste tank, there's nothing I can do about the waste tank. It has to be a normal canister. There's no difference, I mean. Okay. So That's good. That's fantastic. I want to turn the carbon dioxide off in my plant room. Let's eat. Let's eat. This is going to be a short episode, I think. No, I'm not going to be spending too much time on this. Um, I've just done a bit of few odds and ends, big oxygen capture, big water creation. Although my water's still like, it's only 587. What's the temperature of the water? 95. I want to put just a bit more in these pipes. I'm just a bit worried that if the pressure gets too low, they might start dying of thirst. I don't know what the minimum water pressure is to make plants happy, because they're definitely not drinking the water. I mean, is it possible to put one mole in a pipe and that's it? Your entire greenhouse is happy? There's got to be a limit, surely. There's got to be some kind of limit there as to what I can and can't do with watering plants. It seems very clear here that they're not consuming water. Maybe that was a change to the game. Maybe last time I played was before an update and they did consume water, or maybe I just destroyed water without noticing, which is probably more likely, to be honest. I probably ripped up a pipe that I shouldn't have and destroyed some water. On Vulcan, I had to be super duper extra careful because water is a very scarce resource. So I can turn this off. I'm going to just look at the atmosphere composition very quickly. It's 11% O2 already, 35, 350 times by, 3. There's 1,000 moles of oxygen in this room. So that's 1,000 moles of water just in this room. It's pretty cool. Okay, oh good. I got my silver, I got my heavy filter. I'm going to check my atmospherics line just in case. Now, I have every intention of emptying my furnace. I'm kind of just waiting till the very end of night when the furnace will be at its absolute coolest. I can actually cool the furnace down by introducing more gases in there, which I probably should do. Before I empty my furnace, let's look at this line. Nothing there, all my filters are fine. This pressure is fine. This is slowly creeping up to 20,000. This is already 20,000 in anticipation of my next gas mix. Yeah, so this is 30,000 megapascals. Is anything else close to bursting? So the hydrogen's the only thing I got to be careful of, to be honest. I don't really need to be careful. Why is that going down psychotically? The temperature must be dropping, but I got no radiators on this line. Oh no, it's still filling this up. It takes a long time to fill up. That's why it's going down. Just ignore me. Yeah, that's nowhere near. It's my hydrogen level is the one I got to watch. If this gets to 60 megapascals, boom. So I'm past the halfway mark of blowing up my hydrogen tank. Not from blowing up hydrogen the normal way, but just overpressurizing the tank. Yeah. It's nice and cool though. It's 25.9 degrees, and the hydrogen in here is 6.4 degrees. I honestly can just mix these, equalize the temperatures and pressures between the two. This will go up, this will go down, and I can just, as you can see there'll be an equilibrium there, which is around about the 22.7 mark. 22.7, 22.8. Okay, let's close this. And we're just going to let this cool like crazy. I've managed to cool this tank down a lot by doing that. Okay, solar panels are getting close to the horizon, so now it's time to see if I can vent my furnace. It's 335 temperature. Honestly, I can just smelt stuff for free still. The sun's about to come up, or the black hole's about to come up. I don't want to go mining right now. I feel I have to though. That one bit of gold, I'm gonna get it. There's more below here. There's one bit of gold, but you can see another bit. Oh, the terrain's updating. Okay, keep updating, keep updating. Let me dig down. Let me see. Is there more gold here? I mean, I'd love it to like dig out a stack of gold from here. Doesn't look like it. The sun's gonna come up any moment. Well, the black hole's gonna arrive any moment. There it is. There's the top of it. My furnace isn't cold enough. And the other thing I can do is just process a bunch of stuff through it. Like I do want more silicon. Yeah, there's no more gold. That's the only gold I got. So I can cool it down by just shoving a bunch of silicon through it. Right now I'm just going to shove this in because it's free gold. I mean, it's only 4 gold, but it's better than nothing. Just get a little bit of gold. Thank you. I'm going to shove some silicon in there. Silly rock floating in midair, how dare you. So we're just going to dig down. This is not updating, so I'm not going to grab the very top silicon, and I'm not going to grab the very bottom silicon. And then I know, oh, there's 2 silicon. Oh no, it's just part of one. Then I'll know that I can still dig in this area and extract silicon. Silicon, I've already got that one. I haven't got this one. I do now. That one I've already got. There's more silicon here. I'm just going to grab the, updating terrain. Unfortunately, the sun's coming up. Just running resources through the furnace to release gases to cool the furnace. That's all I'm trying to do right now. But I want the silicon anyway, so yeah. Make a ton of plastic and glass with this stuff. Still more in here. And we'll grab this one because we've exposed those 2. Those 3, those 4. Lots of silicon. Silicon also produces nitrogen, and eventually, if I want a nitrogen atmosphere, like 78% nitrogen, if I want to create an Earth-like atmosphere, I'm going to need to smelt an enormous amount of this. I actually can't think of another way to get nitrogen. Apart from I haven't used it yet, but apart from the rocket feature where you send a rocket up to mine resources for you, I think you can send it up to mine ice. It can come back, bring ice water for me, and if I melt that in the furnace, it'll give me a ton of nitrogen. I've never made one of them before, so I have no idea what I'm doing there. I'd probably have to, I don't know, experiment a bit. Maybe look a few things up, read a bunch of wiki pages and developer notes. Maybe I can find a YouTube video of someone who's already done it, and then I can sort of copy them. And then, once you copy, the first time you do something new, it's a good idea to copy someone else. Just do exactly what they do, and then you kind of just start changing things around. Just make slight changes and experiment a bit. So using their way of doing it as a template, and then try and find your own way which suits you best. That's pretty much my approach to most things. Just find someone who's been successful, copy them, and then experiment. And try and expand on their design and find a better way than what they're doing it. Okay, this black hole is well and truly up. It's 500 degrees out here. Now, I actually tested it. I actually just went and flew straight up into the air right in the middle of the day. This hard suit has no problem handling the temperatures of Vulcan. I was kind of hoping everything would melt, and it didn't. So I'm actually perfectly fine. The only thing that I'm doing is I'm chewing through my waste tank. So my oxygen is getting eaten up, and my waste tank is getting eaten up as well. So I'm just going to process all this silicon. I just want to get the gases out. So as you can see, this is we'll pull this out first. So the current gases in here are, so I've got 653 moles of N2. I'm going to chuck this in. And oops, it was already on. Now see the N2 going up like crazy. The CO2 and X also go up, but the N2 has now gone up. It's now 702 moles of N2. So you get a decent amount of nitrogen from processing silicon. Now this is processed, I can stick it in my arc furnace without having to worry about gases being released. Kind of a cheesy way to do it. I really should just have left the arc furnace outside and set up some logic and chutes and had like an automated system like that. So I really shouldn't be doing it this way. I just can't be bothered setting up the logic, to be honest. It's not hard, it's very easy. Oh, that's going to take ages, but let's just make sure I'm not releasing stuff in here. I am not. I'll do this later. This 4 gold. 4 gold. Well, every little bit counts. I've now got 234 gold. Okay, so the main thing I wanted to do was get my propellant in. Okay, so let's chuck this in. Smart canister. So as you can see, it's 12 megapascals. Smart canisters have a gauge on the side of them which tell you they give you a rough estimation of the level of the tank. So it's 12 megapascals, which is about a little over 60% of the tank, and this bar goes 60% of the way. Now, this is actually taking forever to fill up. I don't want to overfill it though. Maybe my best bet would be to lower this thing. So rather than pushing it to 20,000, let's just make it like 19,000. Yeah, confirm. And that way I can't possibly blow up this thing. I should do the same with this as well. What's the pressure in here now? So yeah, it's not even 19,000. Let's set this one to 19,000 as well. And now this won't fill up anymore because it's already, oh no, it's just hit 19,000 now and it'll just stop filling up. That's how pressure regulators work. They, whatever you set them to, that's the pressure they try to establish in the very next pipe. The reverse of that is called the back pressure regulator. Whatever you set to, it sets that pressure to right behind the pipe. Now leave this on, let's chuck this in here and let's fill this thing up. So my current oxygen tank is holding 6,000 kilopascals. This smart canister, which will, no, not 6,000, sorry, open it up, 5,643. This smart canister is already 11,000 pascals. So as you can see, this thing already is holding more than double than what my current oxygen tank is. And once it's ready and I can put it on, I'm just going to dump my propellant and my oxygen that I'm currently using in here. Speaking of dumping stuff, let's empty my waste tank. Yeah, so smart canisters are great for that. I really wish I had nuclear batteries, but that's a long way off. It's nice to just never have to replace batteries. What I can do, because I've got so many resources, is I can upgrade all my current batteries from small batteries to large batteries, so they don't run out so quickly. And considering I'm not about to do a bunch of welding, am I? I am going to do a bunch of welding because I'm going to put a bunch of frames in. I think I'm also going to put some iron frames underneath my power. And yeah. So I would like a large battery in my welder at the very least, a large battery cell. So I've already got that selected. Let's just create a few of these. It just makes quality of life easier. Now that I'm pretty resource rich, I'm not really, I mean, that copper's going to disappear so fast. Okay, so we got our first large battery cell. We can chuck that in there straight away. And this can go straight into my welder. There you go. Small battery, get lost. I just got another large battery cell, which is going to go into my drill. So I don't have to worry about filling my drill up as often. Let's stop there. That many large battery cells will do for now. Honestly, did I say drill? Wait, yeah, the mining drill, not the hand drill. The grinder and the drill I use so little they can have small batteries. This thing uses up so much power, the welder, that I want that to have a large battery. The drill is too important. I want that to have a full large battery. And the other thing that should have a large battery is, of course, my tablet, which is always being used. And I can have this one here. And now I've got all these small batteries. I don't know, maybe I should just make a battery charger, plant it somewhere, and just fill it with small batteries just to store the batteries. And I don't know. I need to store them somewhere. How much is a... I've got a small battery charger, but I actually want a large one. How much does that cost? This is just quality of life improvements. That's pretty much what this episode's been about. 10 iron, 5 gold, 5 copper. It's pretty cheap. Stop. That was incredibly quick. Is there a way to... Okay. It says kit. Did I remember to tape those things after the last storm? That's something I'm a bit concerned about. So I'm just going to start this arc furnace. Oh god. I want to quickly nip outside and check my things. I can't remember. Usually a storm happens, I immediately go out and duct tape them. Just want to... Oh, how is that damaged? What damaged it? Or maybe when I repaired them last time, I left a few unrepaired. Let's go get them fully repaired. I'm terrified of losing a solar panel. I don't want to lose a solar panel. Thank you. Let's hope a storm doesn't hit right now, just before I'm about to repair those things. Yeah. Fantastic. Let's get these... well, I'm about to chuck a battery charger down, so all those small batteries here can be stored in the battery charger, so I'll get this one ready as well, just for that. Okay, so let's just get these panels repaired. Maybe they just take damage over time. Maybe the sun damages them. I'm not sure. I do know I fully... Now it's 100%. I know I fully repaired all my flat panels, so if one of them's damaged, it means it's getting damaged by something other than a storm. Okay, they're all fully repaired now, so let's just check my flat panels really quickly. 80%. I fully repaired these, so I'm not sure what damaged it. Maybe the black hole itself just slowly damages stuff over time, but how can the wind turbines never ever get damaged? I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm a bit confused. But yeah, so this is all sorted, all good. I'm not going to bother putting the beacon on. Yeah. Turn this off. Let's get rid of this thing here. This will be honestly the last thing I do for this session, is just set up this battery charger. Do I have any cables? I got some. Where to put it? Where to put it? That's the question. On this wall here. Then the battery charge will be connected to all this, which is my communications, my beacon. I only use my beacon when I go out. The battery charge will be constantly pulling power, which I'm not happy about. Maybe I should connect it to these machines. Honestly, I'm just trying to work out which battery is doing the least amount of work. And this one is going to be... It's my beacon battery, basically. I want this always full. I don't want to be constantly drained. This is my atmospherics battery. This is keeping my atmospherics going the whole time. This middle battery here is for my machines, my arc furnace, none of which draw power, and these volume pumps, which don't draw any power either. So the battery charger should be connected up to the middle battery. I think that's it. Oh, and the workbenches. Since I'm not making any food, it's not really an issue. Okay, I really think... I don't know, put it on this wall here. I can hardly see it. Oh, okay. Put it here maybe. I don't want to put it on the pane on here, do I? Yeah, maybe right here. Right here is good. Battery charger. And I can stick these. There we go. Battery storage. I don't even have to turn it on. That's the other thing. I can connect it to this.
Hydration critical.
I'll only turn it on if I need to. But yeah, honestly, it should be connected to that middle battery. That's the battery which is the problem. The battery which is kind of doing the least amount of work. The greenhouse battery is using the greenhouse light and the wall cooler, so that's doing an important job. Which one's the power socket? That looks like data to me. I'm pretty sure that's data. Yeah, I think this is power here. Well, I'll find out in a minute. Please don't connect to that. I gotta make sure I don't connect it to two separate networks, or I will blow a cable, definitely. So let's just run this along the floor and in through the wall. I don't have to look at it then. Cable corner, we want it to go like this. Cable straight, we want to go like that. I think this will work, and boop. And suddenly it's charging batteries from that middle battery there. Wait, is it working? There we go. They're all charged. I got my cool battery storage. I'd rather it filled with large batteries, but good enough. And I can just turn it off so it's not just constantly draining power. Okay, let's just get some water in me, and then check the temperature of my greenhouse really quickly. Honestly, I wanted to empty that furnace. Greenhouse temperature 31 is great. It's actually slowly going down. Now, is it still at 300 and whatever degrees? 331. God, I don't want to. It still gives me free gold and everything. I think the temperature's only high because the pressure's high. If I push this pressure up, the temperature should go down because I'm putting colder gases in. But at the same time, it wants to go up because I'm increasing the pressure. So it's quite interesting. I'm putting more gases in. Am I? Wait, why is nothing going up? Oh, if I got this set wrong, I want it to be... I'm upping the pressure of this pipe, but I'm not upping the pressure of the furnace. How is that a thing? How is it this pipe is going up in pressure, this pipe system, and increasing, and these aren't? Okay, finally they are. God, that was weird. Update error, maybe? Yeah, this is putting H2 and CO2 in, and it's dropping the temperature. I'm just trying to get the temperature down. Drop the temperature, drop it, drop it, drop it. I don't want to suck super hot gases into my system, though I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going to happen. There's actually a ton of stuff that's going to go into my system now. All this basically is going into my system. It's a H2 is the biggest problem, but there was hardly any H2 in there, so it's not really an issue. Yeah, that's already off. I've actually got a lot of stuff in here. Oh no, I don't. Where's my circuit boards? I thought I had a bunch of circuit boards in there. Maybe I sold them all. Yeah. 277. I'm just trying to get the temperature down. That's it. I am increasing the pressure, but at the same time, I'm increasing it with colder gases. So, not a problem. Should I quickly grab some silicon? I gotta be careful. I can't get distracted, because if that hits 60,000, boom. Like literal boom. I'm gonna turn my jetpack on. Mustn't get distracted. The furnace is filling with gas. Must remember. I'm just trying to find some silicon really quick. Okay, everything's updating. The one time I can't run around mining, the actual terrain is working as intended. More silicon. Thank you. This train's upgrading it. Okay, so the train's now finally working. Maybe it just takes an hour of playing before things get good, before things start working properly, which is a kind of weird, kind of a shame, since I'm only playing in like 1 hour sessions or 1.5 hours at most. But all this silicon's fine. I just want to dig down a little bit and dig down and expose some more silicon. Quickly get back to my furnace. It can't blow up. It should be fine. The rate at which the pressure was increasing was very slow. So it won't even be at 40,000 when I get back there. I can get some of this. I'll just leave one bit there and just dig away this so that I've got a better view of it from the side. Okay. I want to suck this out before it gets hot out here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you hear that? Stop. That's my furnace at 45,000. It's not the furnace, it's actually the pipe that's making that sound. Almost 45,000 megapascals. The temperature is way down though. Okay, I was wrong. I actually thought I had tons of time. Hear that sound? That's the pipe creaking like crazy because it's overpressurized. Now, as the pressure goes down in this furnace, the creaking will stop. Yeah, the pipe's no longer unhappy. So that's what happens when your pipe gets over capacity. Now, I'm just going to let that go all day. Gosh. Okay, I stayed out too long. Oh, I meant to... Okay, no big deal. I meant to chuck these through very quickly. I just want to process these. I'm not smelting them. I'm just processing them. Yeah. Come on out. You're ready for arc furnacing. Get in there. I'll lift this up. That actually should drop the temperature a little bit, doing that. You're ready for furnacing, for the arc furnace. And we'll chuck this in here. Oops. Yep. And you're processed and ready for furnacing. Okay, now this is just going to empty. It's at 200 degrees. It's not too hot out here. So the furnace is going to be heating up because it's daytime, but on the other hand, the pressure is going down, so it's going to be cooling. The net effect will be probably stay about the same. Now, my biggest worry is that something's going to blow up inside. So let's get inside. Why do I have to make these things so stressful? It's just completely unnecessary. I shouldn't have done that extra mining. Now I'm really worried about my H2. Okay, so that's at 31. That's slowly going up. It's super hot temperature air, so it's actually increasing the thing, but it's not actually increasing the pressure of this because this is separated by a valve. If anything starts creaking, it'll be this, but I am in a complete vacuum at the moment, and I won't hear it. So this is the problem with living in a vacuum. If something is like, about to blow up, you have no warning because there's such little sounds in here. This looks like it should be fine. There's just not enough H2 in the furnace to make a significant impact. I have superheated my carbon dioxide. This is a problem. I can't do a furnace swap, a greenhouse gas swap until that temperature drops. Unless I cool my greenhouse down to really low levels. This only had just a little bit of oxygen in it, my furnace. Temperature is still very high, 27.4. This is, this canister is not filling. This is set for 19,000. Why is it not filling? Did I run out of oxygen? It should be just pumping oxygen into here, which is then pumping into here. I think it is just really slowly. What? How did H2 get in there? What? Somehow H2 got in this pipe. How? There might have been a microscopic amount of H2. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, okay, so my guess here, this is ready for being my new propellant. Okay, my guess, it's a good thing I didn't start breathing the thing. Okay, so there we go. That's my propellant canister, my old propellant. This is my new propellant. Tons of propellant. My only guess is the canister I was using to pull CO2 out. Yeah, because it's only 0.02 million of a mole of H2. That's why there's no boom. but because there's so little hydrogen there, it wasn't going to explode, and the temperature is too low as well. Actually, it might have exploded. I think it's just the oxygen has to be less than 5%. I think if this temperature of this thing got too high, wow. So what I'm saying is you know how I use those two yellow tanks to siphon oxygen out? I think one of them might have had just the tiniest fraction of H2 in them, and because I use them both as fuel, remember, for the furnace, and when I put it in here to siphon oxygen out, I've accidentally introduced a tiny little bit of H2 in there. Now this is no good. I can't have this. No H2 would have made it into here because it would have been stopped by this valve. But this is a massive problem. I need to stop this immediately. How do I get the H2 out of there? Now, first things first, sorry, smart canister, you are getting siphoned into my system. So all that is now cleansed. All the oxygen from that will have ended up back in the oxygen tank, I hope. Okay, so I need to get this H2 out of here. The best way I can do it is just link this pipe to my main atmospherics. God, glad I was paying attention and I just noticed all that. Okay, I was about to leave. I wanted to stop. I was going to stop 20 minutes ago. I just thought I'll just do a little bit more, just a little bit more. Okay, now it's time to stop. And then I noticed this highly disturbing thing. Where's all my iron? It's all in here at the moment. I need some pipes. I need pipes so I can circle this round and connect it down into there. What have I got in terms of pipes? I got one red pipe, one insulated pipe. That's no good. How many pipes do I need? I'm not actually using these pipes right here, and I'm not going to be using them for a while. This is just the pipes that suck oxygen out of my greenhouse and into my main atmospheric system. So I'm just going to borrow these pipes just for now, just borrow them, and use them to solve a little problem that I've got. There's no worries about anything bad happening by me ripping these pipes up. These 6 pipes hopefully will be enough. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. That won't affect anything. There'll still be a ton of oxygen, 756 moles in fact, and that tiny minuscule amount. So when I put it back into here, add 700 moles to that, 2300 it should say in there. And now what I'm going to do is just circle this round and connect it somehow to this. Straight up, please. Straight up. Not like that. There we go. Up. We're just gonna connect it to my main atmospherics. And what's gonna happen here is that little section of pipe, this valve is closed, so I'm not gonna suck anything out of my oxygen tank. That'd be funny. I could create an infinite loop. Okay, just connect this up, and it's already out. It's already gone back into my system. So as you can see, this is all empty. It's been sucked into my system, and this says 2.21 and 552. So 2.7. I forget what I said I wanted it to be. I'm sure it's all accounted for. Okay, now we rip these back up again. God, I almost stuck that on as my oxygen supply. That would have been disturbing. I'd be breathing a tiny fraction of H2. I don't know if that actually would do anything bad. But I don't know if there was any downside to that. Now I can put this back on, and I can do this properly. My biggest fear was that somehow H2 got into my main tank, which it doesn't. That's just pure oxygen. It's great. Okay, so I can go back to this network. This is set for 19,000. I can go back to filling this thing up again with oxygen. And this tank here, I'm just going to make doubly sure that it's evacuated. It is. So I'm guessing when I emptied it last time, I emptied it so when I looked at it, it said 0 kilopascals, but there was like the microscopic amount of H2 in it. That's my guess. I might really go back and review the video actually, and have a look and see whether or not, yeah, that was a thing. Another thing is when I dumped this on the ground, maybe I opened it for a split second and a little bit of H2 got in. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Like you can open tanks. Like this is another way you can do like a gas capture in a way. I can take this tank, I can drop it on the ground, I can open, and it's going to equalize its pressure with the outside pressure. So the pressure is going to be really small. But wait, what just happened? This happened on another planet. I know I've done this before. Open. It's open. It should be filling. That's weird. I did this on another planet. I stuck a canister down, opened it, and it actually grabbed outside temperature, outside gas. Oh, I know why it's not working. Because there's a vacuum in here. There are no outside gases. Okay. I'm like, what? What's happening? I'm looking like an idiot right now. I'm telling people this works, and it didn't work. Okay, we drop this down. We open it. And then we check inside, and look, it's filling up, it's equalizing its pressure with the outside. So I've got 23.7 kilopascals. I didn't say it was a very effective gas capture. In fact, it's probably the most ineffective way of capturing gases you could ever think of. But yeah, just be careful if you drop canisters on the ground. Don't just open them, or if you accidentally click open and then pick it up, you'll yeah, what am I saying? You'll stick just a tiny little bit amount of atmospheric gases in there by accident. Every time I run this thing for my airlock, I'm putting stuff into my atmospherics anyway. That's more effective than me running outside, opening this, chucking in here, emptying it of all its gases, taking it back out again. These be well and truly evacuated by now. These are safe. Anyway, that long sidetracked thing really messed with my brain. The point is, I have a huge amount of propellant now. See that? 19,000, almost 19,000 kilopascals. And this canister is going to very slowly fill up with fairly good temperature oxygen. It should be about 23 degrees by the end. It's taking its time. And this will be 18,000. And then my oxygen tank, instead of being this tiny thing, is going to be this huge thing with like 19,000 kilopascals in it. Okay, I've just wasted a ton of time noticing something very, that got me a bit shocked. I think I'm going to put an end to this transmission properly this time. I'll just start arc furnacing this. Greenhouse temperature 30.7. Fantastic. And I'm going to stop whilst this thing is flashing so I know it's working, and with the greenhouse temperature inside. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. I'm going to put a stop to this now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.